Over 80% of our viewers are not subscribed, so why not subscribe to help GlobeTrotting? United Airlines and the Airbus A350 have a relationship that many might not know exists. It's because the airline for now a decade has had orders for the widebody from European plane maker Airbus. However, it is yet to officially welcome the plane into its fleet, instead sticking with the Boeing 787 for the vast majority of its international operations. On top of that, they've continued to defer the entry into service, pushing it back repeatedly. The airline recently announced a historic deal with the American plane maker Boeing for hundreds of new aircraft. However, with the new order also came the news that they would further delay the delivery of the A350. What's going on exactly? Well, the 45 Airbus A350-900s were ordered when United was under different management. It also tied directly in with the Continental merger, so a lot naturally changed because of this, and new management's plans didn't match that of the old. It left the A350s in a bit of a grey area, and as we know, the airline moved forward with its 787s over the further acquisition and eventually delivery of the A350 aircraft. United have always been a heavy backer of Boeing, ideally heading towards the American plane maker whenever possible. Their recent acquisition, though, of the A321XLR was really a changing of the guard moment, also highlighting how airlines had no choice in some instances, a mindset that has been ushered by many. And when the time does come, these airlines are looking elsewhere, in the case of that all-important middle-of-the-market sector. In United's case, well, they moved towards the XLR for the 757 replacements because they truly didn't believe there was a perfect alternative from Boeing. Had there been one, well, the case could have been made that they definitely would have moved towards that aircraft instead. United Airlines has revised the order for the Airbus widebody more times than one can count. Every 3 or 4 years, there's an adjustment. However, the sticking point is that the aircraft remains undelivered even with these changes. Given the A350's capabilities, some believe such an aircraft could actually be helpful to United's operations and feature on specific routes. However, United has primarily chosen to stick with the 787 Dreamliner. The flexibility, as we've discussed here, and their relationship with Boeing at the forefront of crucial decisions for their future operations. Decisions that mean, as we write and record this video, a place for the widebody from Airbus in their network just isn't there. As we've touched on, management changes have been more than present at the company. Each management has different goals and also ambitions. It can be as large as the aircraft they choose to move forward with, to decisions at the company's headquarters. These adjustments that I listed, among many others, can have implications on delivery schedules and much more for aircraft. Introducing a new series is not a simple task, and it presents several challenges for the carrier, and United Airlines in this case. According to many analysts, it would seem that maybe they're looking more towards terminating this deal if possible. By bringing on a new aircraft, as we mentioned, there are several challenges like retraining crew, pilots. There are ultimately many factors to consider, and these are all going to be heavily up for debate between United chief executives and more as they discuss what's next. And we've even had some comments from these top United executives stating that later in this decade, they'll look towards the A350 deal once more for older 777 replacements and reconsider. However, if Boeing moves forward with their proposed upgraded 787 that will better compete with the A350, it's tough to see why the US airline may not just put pen to paper on another deal, or adjust their existing contracts for the 787 to include this one. No doubt though, they are exploring ways to get rid of the 350. It has been part of their portfolio for now well more than a decade, and by the time the supposed delivery date will take place, it'll almost be 2 decades between order and delivery. So of course you can probably expect that with all the deferrals, they're not looking to welcome on the plane anytime soon, and therefore their relationship with the A350 is one that's definitely flown under the radar, but many people no doubt question just why is it still there. If you have any thoughts on United's deal for the A350, or potentially you believe that a said aircraft would actually be beneficial to their operations, you can let us know down below in the comments. But for now, it certainly seems like the Boeing 787 series does the job, and United benefits from the great deals, relationship, and the flexibility.